Hi friends, let's start with today's session with the first chapter of science, the Earth in the solar system. How wonderful it is to watch the sky after sunset. One would first notice one or two bright dots shining in the sky. Soon you would see the number increasing. You cannot count them anymore. The whole sky is filled with tiny shining objects. Some are bright, others dim. It seems as if the sky is studded with diamonds. They all appear to be twinkling. During sunset, the sky appears very beautiful. Sometimes it's like orange color. Okay, one would notice two or bright dots shining in the sky. What will be that? That bright dot is the stars. At the beginning of the night time, you could see the tiny, bright, shining objects in the sky. Sometimes it will be one or two numbers. Later the number will increase and the whole sky will be studded with diamonds. What is the property of diamond? It will shine. Okay, they all appear to be twinkling. Is it twinkling, shining? But if you look at them carefully, you will notice that some of them do not twinkle as others do. Is it? They simply glow without any flicker, just as the moon shines. Along with these bright objects, you may also see the moon on most of the days. Yeah, we could see the moon on most of the days. Sometimes its size will be round size. Sometimes it will be half sized. It may, however, appear at different times, in different shapes and at different positions. Of course, you may have noticed that. Is it? You could not see the moon at the same position in the sky. Its position, its shape and appearing time may vary day by day. You can see the full moon only once in about a month. You could see the full moon only once in a month. It is full moon night or Purnima. That time you could see the full moon. Okay, that day is called as Purnima. A fortnight later. A fortnight means a period of 2 weeks. That means after 2 weeks, you cannot see it at all. You cannot see the moon. This is called as a new moon day or Amavasi. That time, you could not see the moon in the sky. On this day, you can watch the night sky burst, provided it is a clear night, on new moon day or Amavasya. These 2 points should remember: full moon day and new moon day. Full moon day is called as Purnima and new moon day is called as Amavasya. Full moon day is once in a month you could see the full moon. That is called full moon day. And new moon day is after 2 weeks period or after full moon, a fortnight later, you cannot see the moon at all. That is called as new moon or Amavasya. Do you wonder why can't we see the moon and all bright tiny objects during the daytime? During daytime, we cannot see the moon, the stars and all shining objects in the sky. Why? It is because the very bright light of the sun does not allow us to see all these bright objects of the sky. What is the reason? Because of the very bright light of the sun. We cannot see the other shining objects in the sky that we see in the night time. The sun, the moon and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. What is meant by celestial bodies? Celestial bodies are the sun, the moon and all those objects shining in the night sky. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. Is it? For example, the sun is very big and it is very hot. They are made up of gases. The sun is made up of gas. They have their own heat and light, which they emit in large amount. These celestial bodies are called stars. The sun is a star. So, what is meant by stars? Some celestial bodies are big and hot. What is meant by celestial bodies? The sun, moon and all the shining objects. Some celestial bodies are made up of gases and they have their own heat and light which they emit in large amount. For example, sun. Countless twinkling stars in the night sky are similar to the sun. Yes, we have seen so many means billions and billions of stars in the sky, but we do not feel their heat or light, is it? During night sky, we do not feel the heat of the twinkling stars in the sky, and they look so tiny. Why? Why these stars look so tiny? Because they are very far from the earth. So we do not feel the heat of twinkling stars. You must have noticed that all objects look smaller when seen from a distance. How small an aeroplane looks when it is flying at a great height, is it? When you look an object from a distance, you should feel that it's very small. The aeroplane is the best example. While standing in the ground, we will look at the aeroplane flying over the sky. What we will feel? Oh, how small it is it? While watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different groups of stars. Here, see, you could see clusters of stars. Cluster means so many stars and together here. These groups of stars forms various of patterns. This is one kind of pattern. These are called constellation. Constellation means group of stars. That is the patterns formed by different groups of stars. That also a group of constellation, also a group of stars. But it has a pattern, means a structure. So, various patterns formed by these groups of stars are called constellation. For example, Ursa Major or Big Bear is one such constellation. Ursa Major constellation is looking like a big bear shape. One of the most easily recognizable constellation is the Saptarishi. One of the most recognizable because you could easily identify the Saptarishi constellation. This is the Saptarishi constellation. Its position is like this, or its pattern is like this. Sapta means 7. Rishi means sages, Muni. It's a group of 7 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 stars. That forms a part of the Ursa Major constellation. Ursa Major constellation or Big Bear. Ask someone elder in your family or neighborhood to show you more stars, planets and constellations in the sky. In the ancient times, in the old times, people used to determine directions during the night with the help of stars. In the ancient times, there were no GPS or nothing else, or route. There is no route map or anything else to locate the direction. So, they locate or determine the direction during the night with the help of stars. The North Star indicates the north direction. So, it is also called as pole star. Pole star means North Star is called as pole star. This star, how pole star helpful during the ancient times? It always remain in the same position in the sky. See, here is the North Star. This will remain in the same position in the sky. It won't change its position. Every night you could see the North Star in the same position. Okay. We can locate the position of the pole star. How could you locate the position of the pole star in the sky? We can locate the position of the pole star with the help of Saptarishi. Saptarishi means 7 stars. How could you locate? If an imaginary line is drawn joining the pointer stars, see, this is the pointer stars. These 2 stars are the same point. When you draw a line, an imaginary line, and extended further, it will point to the pole star. By this way, with the help of Saptarishi, you could locate the North Star. That is the pole star. Some celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light. They are lit by the light of the stars. Such bodies are called planets. Last page, we learned that stars are celestial bodies. They have their own light and heat. But here we are studying about planets. These are also celestial bodies, but they do not have their own heat and light. Then they are lit by the light of the stars. The planets, such bodies are called planets. Understood? Some celestial bodies which do not have their own heat and light are lit by the light of the stars. Such bodies are called planets. The word planet comes from the Greek word planetai, which means wanderers. Wanderers means going here, the person who are going here and there. Is it? Without any aim. Is it? The earth on which we live is a planet. Earth is a planet. It gets all its heat and light from the sun. It gets, planet. Earth is a planet. It gets heat and light from the sun, which is our nearest star. Which is our nearest star? Sun is our nearest star. If we look at the earth from a great distance, say the moon. If you look at the earth from the moon, it will appear to be shining just as the moon. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. Moon is a satellite. It is a companion of our earth and moves around it. It's a companion means it's a friend of earth. Means the moon is the satellite of earth. It moves around the earth. This moon moves around the earth. Like our earth, there are 7 other planets that get heat and light from the sun. Some of them have their own moons. Here, they are saying that earth is getting the heat and light from the sun. Like that, the 7 other planets also get the heat and light from the sun. Some interesting facts. Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus have rings around them. Here we have the sun at the center and Mercury. See, this is the Mercury and the second planet, Venus, third planet, Earth, fourth planet, Mars, and the next fifth one, Jupiter, sixth one, Saturn, seventh one, Uranus, eighth one, Neptune. See, the Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus have rings around them. Is it? See, here we could see the ring. These 4 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, these 4 planets are near to the sun, very close to the sun when compared to Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus and Neptune. So, these 4 planets means Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. These 4 planets are inner planets. Why we call these 4 planets are inner planets? Planets which are very close to the sun are called inner planets. Again, this one, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. These are called as outer planets, which means these 4 planets are very far from the sun. Is it? And these 3 planets have rings around them. Here they have noted that inner planets, outer planets. Inner planets means very close to the sun. They are made up of rocks. These inner planets are made up of rocks. And outer planets are, these 4 planets are outer planets, which means they are very, very far from the sun and are huge. These planets are very huge. Okay. When compared to the inner planets, these outer planets are very huge and it's made up of gases and liquids. And here, Mercury, for one orbit around the sun, it takes 88 days. And one spin means rotate in its own axis. It will take 59 days. Here, Venus takes 255 days to one orbit around the sun. See, this is Venus. It takes 250 days to one orbit around the sun, and for one spin it needs one spin means one time to spin on its own axis. It takes 243 days. Like that, for Earth, these two planets have no moons. Okay, but for Earth, number of moons is 1. Mercury and Venus has no moons, but for Earth there is 1 moon. And for Mars, the number of moons is 2. Here, let's study the balance. Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus have rings around them. These rings may be seen from the Earth with the help of, these are belt of small debris. Debris means part of rocks. With the help of powerful telescope, we could see the rings from the Earth itself. And go to the next page. Here, so in between the inner planets and outer planets, there is a space. Here, we could see the asteroid belt. The asteroid belt is seen in between the inner and outer planets orbit. Okay, that is in between the Mars and Jupiter, there is asteroid belt located. Next, do you know? Here, Sol in Rome mythology is the sun god. Sol means in the Roman mythology it is sun god, and the solar means related to sun. The family of the sun is therefore called the solar system. Family of the sun means the 8 planets, is it? So, solar means, you may have familiar with the word solar lamp, solar energy, is it? Okay, solar calculator is there. Word origin. Many words used in a language may have been taken from some other language. Geography. Geography, for example, it's an English word. Geography is an English word. It has its origin in Greek, which is related to the description of the earth. Geology means it's related to earth. It is made of 2 Greek words, ge and graphia. Geology is made up of 2 Greek words, ge and graphia. Ge means earth and graphia means writing. Ge means earth and graphia means writing. Here, geology, geometry, geoid. Geology means study of the earth. Study of the earth is called as geology. Geometry means measurement of the earth. Geometry is what is the measurement of the earth called as? Geometry. Study of earth is called as geology. Next, resembling the shape or form of the earth. Shape resembles to earth is called as geoid. Okay, geoid. Humans have always been fascinated gazing at the night sky, is it? It's very interesting to look at the night sky. You could see the twinkling stars. Sometimes you could see the shooting star also. Those who study the celestial bodies, what is meant by celestial body? The sun, moon, stars and all the other shining objects in the sky. So, these celestial bodies and their movements are called astronomers. Who are astronomers? Those who study the celestial bodies and their movements are called astronomers. Here, one of the famous astronomers, Aryabhatta, was a famous astronomer of ancient India. And that means old India. Our famous astronomer was Aryabhatta. He said that the moon and the planets shine due to reflected sunlight. Who claimed that the planets and moon shine due to the reflection of sunlight? It's Aryabhatta. It's an ancient Indian astronomer. Today, astronomers all over the world are busy exploring the universe. The solar system. The sun, 8 planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids form the solar system. So, the solar system consisting of the sun, moon, 8 planets and its satellite, the asteroids and metroids. All these together form the solar system. We often call it a solar family. We often call these together as a solar family with the sun as its head. So, who is the head of the solar system? Sun. The sun. The sun is in the center of the solar system. As we seen in the picture, sun will come in the center of the solar system. It is huge and made up of extremely hot gases. Sun is very huge and it is made up of extremely hot gases. Because of that, we get this much heat from the sun. Because of these gases, sun emits this much heat and light. It provides the pulling force that binds the solar system. We have seen that sun is at the center and the 8 planets located around it in separate orbit. Is it? So, the sun will give a pulling force. Okay, because of that pulling force, it binds the planets in the solar system so that the planets will not dislocate from its orbit. So the sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the solar system. Sun is the main source of heat and light for the solar system, but that tremendous heat is not felt so much by us. Why? The heat of the sun is tremendous, but we are not experiencing the same amount exactly. Why? Because the sun, despite being our nearest sun, because sun is our nearest star, despite being our nearest star, it is away from us. How many kilometers? The sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the earth. The sun is around 150 million. 1 million is 10 lakhs. So 150 million is 150 into 10 lakh. Can you imagine that much distance away from the earth? Next, planets. There are 8 planets in our solar system. You know that? What is the order? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So, which planet is near to the sun? Mercury, which is far from the sun. Neptune is more far away from the sun. An easy way to memorize the number of the planets in order of their distance from the sun. If you feel it's difficult to remember these names, you can use this clue. My very efficient mother just served us nut. So, the first letter of each planet has been used here. Mercury's M is here, Venus V is there, Earth's efficient is there, Mars M, mother, Jupiter J, Saturn S, Uranus U and Neptune N. This is the shortcut. All the 8 planets of the solar system move around the sun in fixed path. As we've seen in the picture, all the 8 planets of the solar system move around the sun in fixed path. These paths are elongated. They are called orbit. So, this is the solar system and the 8 planets here. This is the solar system, sun here and the 8 planets, and each one is moving on its own fixed path. This path is elongated. Elongated means not circle. These paths are elongated. They are called orbit. This is the orbit. Okay. Mercury is nearest to the sun. Here. Mercury is nearest to the sun. It takes only about 88 days to complete one round along its orbits. Through its orbit, this Mercury takes 88 days to complete one round. Okay. For Earth, it takes 365 days to round on its orbit. So here, Venus, second planet, Venus is considered as Earth's twin because its size and shape are very similar to that of Earth. So, Venus is the twin planet of Earth. Till recently, Pluto was also considered a planet. Pluto was also there in the solar system. There were 9 planets actually, but recently, in a meeting of International Astronomical Union, a decision was taken that Pluto, like other celestial object discovered in recent past, may be called dwarf planet because it depends on its size. Pluto is now considered as a dwarf planet. Now it is not a planet. It's just a dwarf planet. They excluded this Pluto from the solar system. Next one, the Earth. The Earth is the third nearest planet to the solar system. First one is Mercury, second one is Venus, and the third one is, in size, it is the 5th largest planet. Depends upon the size, Earth is the 5th largest planet in the solar system. It is slightly flattened at the poles. That is why its shape is described as geoid. What is meant by geoid? Geoid means Earth-like shape. What is the shape of Earth? It is not circle. It is flattened at the poles. Poles means edges. Okay, 2 edges. It is flattened at the poles or edges. That is why Earth's shape is geoid. Conditions favorable to support life are probably found only on Earth. In the solar system, among the 8 planets, only Earth support the lives. Is it? What are the favorable conditions? The Earth is neither too hot nor too cold. Nearest planet to the sun is Mercury. So you could imagine that Mercury will receive more heat when compared to Mercury. Earth is far from Sun. So it neither receives too hot nor too cold. So it has water and air, which are very essential for our survival. Is it? Water and air is essential for the survival of human, animals, birds, plants, everything. So these are available only in Earth. The air has life supporting gases like oxygen. Because of these reasons, the Earth is a unique planet in the solar system. Full paragraph you have to study. From the outer space, the Earth appears blue because its 2/3 surface is covered by water. It is therefore called a blue planet. Next, the moon. Our Earth has only one satellite, that is the moon. Moon is the only one satellite of Earth. Its diameter is only 1/4 that of the Earth. Its diameter is it's just 1/4 of Earth. It appears so big because why? Moon appears so big. Why? Because it is nearer to our planet than other celestial bodies. Because moon is near to our Earth. It is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from us. Now, you can compare the distance of the Earth from the Sun and that from the moon. The moon moves around the Earth in 27 days. This moon moves around the Earth in 27 days. It takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. One spin means to move on its own axis. It takes the same day. As a result, only one side of the moon is visible to us on the Earth. As a result, only one side of the moon is visible. We can't see the full size of a moon from the Earth. Why? Because it takes 27 days to move around the Earth and also to complete one spin. The moon does not have conditions favorable for life. Why? It has mountains, plains and depressions on it. It not looks like Earth. Why? It has mountains, it has plain surface and depressions means big pit-like areas is there. These cast shadows on the moon's surface. Look at the moon and observe these shadows. Asteroids. Apart from the stars, planets and satellites, there are numerous tiny bodies which also move around the sun. These bodies are called asteroids. In the previous page, we have seen asteroid belt. Asteroid belt in between Jupiter and Mars. Around the sun, apart from the stars, planets and satellites, there are numerous tiny bodies which are also moving around the sun. These tiny bodies are called as asteroids. See, look at this. It's like a rock part. They are found between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter. Okay, revise the previous page. You could see that asteroid belt. So, scientists are of the view that asteroids are part of a planet which exploded many years back. These asteroids are the parts of a planet which exploded many years before. Next, meteoroids. What is meteoroids? Meteoroids are small pieces of rocks which move around the sun. What are meteoroids? Small pieces of rocks which move around the sun are called meteoroids. So what is the difference between asteroids and meteoroids? Asteroids are parts of an exploded planet. But what is meteoroids? So meteoroids are small parts of rocks which move around the sun. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the Earth and tend to drop upon it. So what will happen during this process as these meteoroids are coming from too much distance? What will happen? Due to the friction with the air, when it reaches the Earth, they are heated up and burned. What will happen? When it reaches the Earth or when it comes near the Earth, due to the friction means rubbing. Due to the friction with the Earth, they get heated up and burned. Friction means pressure of the Earth. It gets heated up and burned. So as a result, what will happen? It causes a flash of light. You could see a flash of light in the night sky. Daytime also it happens, but because of the sunlight, you can't see the phenomenon. But at night, you could see a flash of light, a light flash. Sometimes a meteoroid, without being completely burned, fall on the earth and creates a hollow. So mostly it will burn before it reaches the earth. But in rare cases, there is tendency to fall it on the earth. As a result, it will make a big hollow. See, this is what happens when a meteoroid falls on the earth. What will happen?
Do you see a whitish broad band,
on the
like a white glowing path across the sky on a clear starry night?
Have you ever seen? Yes, it is a cluster of millions of stars. Cluster means a group. Cluster means a group. A cluster of millions of stars. This band is the Milky Way. So what is meant by Milky Way? The cluster of millions of stars which forms a white glowing path across the sky on a clear starry night. This is called as Milky Way. Our solar system is a part of this galaxy. In ancient India, it was imagined to be a river of light flowing in the sky. And in ancient times, people were unknown about that real fact. So they thought that it's a river of light flowing in the sky. Thus, it was named as Akash Ganga. The ancient times, this Milky Way galaxy was called as Akash Ganga. Then, what is a galaxy? A galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. Galaxy means a huge system of billions of stars. Billions means you can't count it. Billions and billions of stars. You can't count the number. And clouds of dust. Dust clouds and clouds of gases. There are millions of such galaxies that make universe. So, this kinds of millions of galaxies makes a universe. It is difficult to imagine how big the universe is. Scientists are still trying to find out more and more about it. We are not certain about its size. Okay, we can't measure the size of the universe. We know that all of us, you and I, belong to this universe. So this is the end of this chapter. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. See you. Thank you.